outside.
Yay! Last one in the pool is right.
I want to acknowledge our great friends who represent this amazing part of our state, starting with our Senator Cordell Clear, our Senator Robert Jackson, Assemblymember Al Taylor, Assemblymember Inez Dickens, Assemblymember Manny De Los Santos, Councilmember Yusef Salam, and our Commissioner of State Parks, Randy Simons. Yes. Let's give everybody a round of applause here. And to all of our legislators, our leaders in the legislature, Majority Leader Andre Stewart Cousins, and to Speaker Carl Heastie. So, now that school's out, there's been a lot of activity here at Riverbank State Park, which is a spectacular jewel in our state park system.
Yes.
This is the time of year we've all been waiting for.
That's right.
Relaxing with friends and
Yes.
barbecuing and swimming. I love to swim. In fact, I'm going to tell you a little story. The only time I ever got a medal for sports in my entire life, growing up in a very competitive family, but I did not have the right genes apparently. I was asked when I was 10 years old to swim in a competition. They were missing a boy for the 10-year-old race, right? All right. I was 8, swim against 10-year-old boys. And I want to tell you this. I came in second.
Wow.
Yes.
Now,
That's because you're a girl.
well, yeah. But in the interest of being honest, only 2 of us competed. Okay? I still have the medal. So I love to swim. Second. That's all right. I had to be honest. But, you know, we have the most beautiful bodies of water throughout our state, our rivers, our lakes, our swimming pools. And one of the reasons we announced this enormous initiative with the support of all these legislators, $150 million to invest in swimming pools and creating more activities, especially in underserved communities, because it is heartbreaking for me as a mom to know that the #1 cause of death for infants ages 1 up to toddlers age 4 is drowning.
Right.
And for ages 5 to 14, it's the #2 cause of death. But there are racial disparities even within those numbers, because black children are 3 times as more likely to drown than their white peer children. So let's focus on this. We're making $150 million investment to invest in these schools, in these pools. Already started in May with $90,000, which is out there for competitive grants. Also, we need more lifeguards.
Yes.
We've seen what happens when you have pools that are open, hot days, people want to come out, and there aren't enough lifeguards. So we raised the salaries in our state parks last year to attract more, $5 million more to incentivize recruitment. So we're focusing on lifeguard recruitment. Any takers? You're all free in the summer, right? just saying. Also expanding swim lessons at our state parks. And why not have free sunscreen to keep everybody from burning? Take advantage of it as well.
Yes.
I also want to announce that we're waiving all swimming pool entry fees at state parks this summer.
Yes.
We want to just make it easier and more affordable for our families, some of them which are struggling. Also announcing a $1.5 million partnership to fund transportation to and from these swimming lessons, reducing the barriers for our young people to learn how to swim. And organizations, schools, municipalities can apply for that funding right now. So we're investing in safe places to swim all over the state of New York. But also I want to talk about keeping our kids healthy. Yes, it's about getting offline and outside. Why am I saying that? We together have focused on youth mental health as a top priority of mine and our legislators. And I spent much of last year, summer through fall to winter, convening young people, listening to their stories, and they literally are succumbing to the addiction from these algorithms that are being pushed on them by these companies. That's why we passed our nation-leading social media legislation. The regulations are being worked out right now, but you're going to be so proud of this when the rest of the nation follows what we're doing here in the state of New York, saying we are taking our children back, letting them be children who have less stress, no mental health challenges, and just let them be children once again as they've always deserved to be, letting them get outside, free from this. So So we're going to keep investing in mental health. We're making sure that all of our schools have mental health clinics. That's on top of our billion-dollar mental health investment. We're looking at the cell phone issue, having conversations around the state with parents and young people and superintendent and members of various communities. But also today we're announcing this Get Offline and Get Outside campaign. This is to promote mental health, physical health, and encouraging families and our kids to just go to a throwback time. Think about when you were young. What you did with your time. You kicked balls, you played catch, you swam. You just enjoyed life. You weren't sitting indoors being held captive to your cell phone. So that's our advice. Don't scroll through life. Just dive in and get it. And let's get it started. So let's go say hi to some of the young people here. Are there any questions? Is that what we're taking now? What's the plan?
Questions first. Can we start with the topic?
I want to say hi to the swimmers, but okay, I'll give them. You got me for a couple minutes.
All right. Before we go to swim, any on-topic questions about getting offline and getting outdoors, Rebecca?
Is there any sort of update? I know that it's the summertime now. We talked about potentially banning cell phones in schools. That's part of this same getting kids off their phones.
Yeah.
Have you had any more discussions about that, or what that might look like?
Yes, very much so. And I said when I first started talking about this several months ago, I wanted to spend this summer doing convenings of people. We have a schedule being set up right now to take me around the state there's so many people affected by this. What are parents saying? What are teachers saying? How difficult is this to enforce? Making sure that when cell phones bans have happened in the past and there's racial inequities, how we count for them this time around and get it right. So I want to make sure that when we go back to the legislative session, we have a plan that'll work, that is supported by the legislature as well as the people of the state of New York. So yes, those conversations have absolutely started in earnest.
Any other on-topics about summer of fun? About the dropping of the fees for the swimming pool. Does that apply statewide, including the swimming pools at Jones Beach?
Indeed it does. You can go to our website and see all the locations in the state of New York where there's a pool in a state park, and all those fees are waived this summer, and families take advantage of this. Get out there with your kids, just enjoy life and let them be just who they're supposed to be, just little kids with no worries. That's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for the mental health of all of our children and bringing families closer together starting this summer.
All right, guys, time for a couple off-topic. Richie, start.
Governor, there's some reporting that lawmakers are pushing for a lower congestion pricing toll on top of a supplemental revenue stream for it. How receptive are you to those talks?
I said I'll be continuing to have conversations with the leaders of the legislature and members of key committees. I've already started those conversations. As I said, every project that is important, and they all are important, will be funded. But as I said, we talk about this summer of affordability, what we're doing at our state parks, recognizing that families are struggling. And right now, as I said, $15 on top of everybody's expenses for groceries, and everything's going to cost more. It's just not the right time. We will find the financing, and yes, conversations are very much underway.
Love that. Yes, yes.
One more. Rebecca?
Governor, I know it's still fairly early. The primaries for 2024 just happened, but have you given any thought to what your 2026 will look like? Do you intend to have the same ticket? A lot of first-term governors have a different person on their ticket for their second term. Just what is 2026 looking like in your mind?
I have a very strong relationship with my lieutenant governor. We communicate regularly. He is doing a phenomenal job traveling the state, promoting some of his signature initiatives. So I'm very happy with what we're doing now. 2026, it may be a long way off. I'm running. I'm preparing for that race. But my focus right now is this November. I have been in constant communication with our teams, bulking up the state party, number one. I lead the state party. And as goes New York, so goes the Congress. So I'm working to get boots on the ground. We're investing in local headquarters all over the state from our battleground districts. I've gone out and met people in those areas. So I'm going to continue my responsibility this year to deliver Hakeem Jeffries, the House of Representatives, and make him the Speaker, continue to support Chuck Schumer, but also deliver New York in a robust, big way for President Joe Biden this November. So that's what all of my focus is on right now. All right, everybody, thank you very much. Thank you.
Talk to some kids.
Yeah.